All right. So I guess we're just gonna dive into things, and I'll let you guys all ask me questions here. I just want to. We spent 15,000 on a broken dog leg. I need to beat you all. I mean, hey, it's pets are expensive, and they know that a lot of us are gonna pay exuberant amounts of money to take care of the pets. So it's just unfortunately, I mean, I've been in situations like for those that just are on the YouTube watching this from the beginning, we were talking about expensive pet bills. I've been in situations where I couldn't afford to pay pet like vet bills. Like I couldn't get care for my animals when I used to be broke. So like I get it 100%. I ran through uh, Care Credit, I think it used to be called, or it's still called. It's like a credit company. I've I've
Care credit.
I've been down all of those roads, and it just I'm thankful that this business has allowed me to put money away, and it's the only reason like it even exists, right? It's just so we all can make a little bit more money and kind of better ourselves. So that's how I look at everything anymore. It's like a transaction. Like how many books is the blood work going to cost me, right? Like how many books do I got to sell to cover these things? As cheesy as it sounds, and it just motivates you to kind of work a little bit harder and be better about your finances overall. I think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's just your personal finance habits will carry over to your business habits or vice versa. If you're not good with personal finance, you're good with the business finance. Once your business starts going, you get better at the personal finance. It all works itself out in the end, but yeah, pets are actually, can be very expensive. But on the topic of getting back to the basics to kind of propel your business, like do we really do a lot of things that are different from when we first started besides understanding the data in like a different way? And I think the answer is no, because we're still just scanning items. The only difference is everybody in the group looks at the data different than somebody who's just out there with the earbud in their ear. That's like the big differentiator. So if you just do the basics and then you add on a little bit of something that other people aren't doing, like I think to myself that there's no difference between anybody here besides how many items you're scanning and where you're getting your items from. The more items you scan, the more you're going to find. It's just the law of averages at the end of the day. Like that's all it comes down to. The more items you find, the more money you're going to make as long as you're sending the items in. I thought about this as well because I recorded a video today and I was talking about like 5 ways to make more money, and it's like the first thing is you actually got to send the stuff in because everybody loves sourcing, but not a lot of us love actually sending the items in. And I turn and burn through my stuff. I give my stuff 1 week. I think you got to keep up with that. 2 weeks at the most is kind of the leeway. But it's not, I guess it's repetitive, right? Like I've been doing this for over 5 years, and it's just like rinse and repeat. Go to thrift stores, scan the stuff, box the stuff up, send it to Amazon. And I can see why people kind of fall off the wagon because there's not no new exciting ventures in the day, right? I'm in the same damn thrift stores I've been going to for 5 years, and it's not like I walk in and it's all remodeled or it's all nice and new. Like it usually goes the opposite way. Everything kind of goes downhill. So when you do have like a bulk buy, it's like, oh my god, this is exciting. I don't know what's going to be in this box, but it is repetitive, and I can see why people get the shiny object syndrome and they want to move on to the next thing because we do the same thing. Like I don't know. Like Johnny's got to be tired of looking at the inside of that warehouse at some point in his life. Like he's got to just be like, I can't stand looking at this wall again, right? Like, and I'm the same way when I'm driving the same roads to the thrift stores. I'm like, well, here we go again, same stores, but you go in and you actually get stuff. And that's the motivation for me. I'm just a greedy person when it comes to making as much money as I can doing a little bit of work. So that's why I haven't moved on to other things. But I can see why people get burned out with this, especially if you're doing it in bulk, right? Like, I mean, Gaylord after Roy, are you tired of going through Gaylords yet? Yeah, see, you see, he's already like on the fence. He's like, shit. He's like, do I gotta?
Yeah, it's a pain, but you were saying, we all enjoy sourcing. I don't. I hate sourcing. I would much rather have the stuff here and go through what I sourced versus the sourcing part. That's why I like bulk, because I don't have to go anywhere and get it. It comes to me. And so, I enjoyed going to the thrift stores and stuff at first, but man, nope, you would have to pay me more money to make me go do that because now I drive by thrift stores and I'm like, shit, no, I'm not going in there. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and my Gaylords, I mean, I probably went about 4 or 5 a week.
Yeah, I don't like the days I'm processing them, but I like when the deposit hits. So
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's funny how that works. I think the money motivates us. At the end of the day, we're like, hey, when the money hits the account, we're like, all right, and now we're a little bit more motivated. And it is kind of a balancing act to get to that point because we talk about it all the time. Getting to where you're actually making consistent money is a little bit of a grind when it comes to Amazon and how they like to hold back your money and everything else. It's not exciting. Johnny, are you tired of looking at that place? Like, have you contemplated just moving so you look at different walls? Like, you just so you're not in the same spot every day?
No, I could just move something 2 inches, just a whole new room.
Man, I need to get you some kind of life, dude, outside of that warehouse.
Why?
What
It's a
a,
beautiful life. Same thing every day.
it's not a beautiful life, dude. Same thing every day is not exciting. That's what we're talking about here. It's the same stuff every day. Like you're living Groundhog Day in real life. Like you're the living actual, Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Well, when I buy my island, I'll have all the relaxation and fun I want.
What's the time frame?
10 years.
Even then, dude, you're so addicted to the game, you're not going to be able to leave.
Well, yeah, but I can monitor it from my space station.
That's true. Brown Frown over on YouTube says average unit price 28.50. How much I sell it for? Yes, that is a high ASP. Let me know where you live so I can hire a scouter in your city to go rob all of the good quality stuff because my ASP is right around like 17, 18 bucks. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Florida sounds nice, but I'm not big on bugs, and neither is Deb. Like, she'll yell for me to come kill the spider, and I'm like, Deb, I'm just as scared of the spider as you are. Like, I don't know if I can handle the bugs in Florida, but I'm sure the weather is nice.
I killed two water moccasins yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, water moccasins, I'm thinking the moccasins on my feet, and you're thinking snakes. Like, I'm running. There ain't no fight in me.
See, it's safer to stay in the warehouse.
I mean, depends where your warehouse is, dude.
They were probably 20 feet from where I'm at right now.
I've seen the movie Anaconda, and I want no parts of that life.
Nah, they're not that bad.
Shipping out a pair of boots for $70 and a Korean movie for $60. I paid $1 for the movie, 16 for the boots. I hate selling shoes. That was the most. When I was a everything eBay seller, I hated shoes, but there was decent money back then in Danskos before the brand like completely got saturated. And every time I see Danskos, I'm like, oh yeah, $20 bill, and then I get them home and I'd be like, I'm never going to list these because I hate listing shoes and dealing with shoes. It was just a part of the business. Vermont, I hardly buy books. What do you mean? There's so much money to be made in books. That's all I keep hearing about is sell books, sell books, sell books. You're going to get rich sooner or later. Korean movies, I rarely come across them. I got a lot of the Bollywood movies. They're kind of hit or miss though. Like some of the Bollywood stuff is good, and most of it is just garbage. And like it kind of looks bootleg. A lot of the stuff, like it doesn't even look like it's legit.
Yeah, Mill Creek's good for the Korean foreign movies.
Yeah, I have no idea. Mill Creek's like a studio, right?
Yeah, it's a big studio. They make more luxury well, they make some luxury and stuff, so they're a good one to look out for.
Uh, Lath's got a crazy ASP as well, 4223, but he doesn't even mess around with us low value media sellers. He's doing like big ass clean outs, selling all kinds of. His big things right now is sporting goods. Like I see him taking photos with like the goalie pads on for like his eBay listings. That's the life he's leading right now. Nope, I take all my duds to my local Goodwill. Um, well, companies that get Gaylords take some actually will. Um, it just depends on the relationship you have. And I think if you can get them, then you might as well just have them take them if it saves you. But then you need the space to store them. Depending how often you get the Gaylords, it could be a pain in the ass keeping your driveway full of Gaylords if you're only getting them like once a month. The faster you can get rid of it, that's probably the best bet. It's all a time balancing act and how much new inventory you can get through, not messing around with the old stuff you kind of scan. But yeah, I realize like you just do the same thrift stores, you scan the same stuff, you just make the same money, I guess, and you make more money by the more items you scan. And I realized today, like anybody, like any single person can start this business. Like any one of us could get a friend or family member. Don't do this because they never follow through and you'll just waste all your damn time. I've already tried it. No matter how much money you're making, they don't want to hear nothing about it. But like we can literally show somebody, hey, get out there and start scanning today, and you can make this money as long as you're scanning fresh inventory every day. And as long as you can accept that, and like, I don't know, maybe have a podcast in your ear, or get it to a point where you're not in the thrift stores all day. I think that's another reason why people get burnt out, is like you wind up spending all your time in thrift stores, and your life is more miserable than the job you left to start reselling. And that's the whole reason I'm a cheap ass with my time, because I want to enjoy life a little bit instead of just being in the Goodwill all damn day long and being in the Salvation Army, right? So you get your time back with the thrifting routes. I don't, it's like anybody here like kind of burn out on thrifting? Is anybody here like kind of experiencing being tired of being in thrift stores?
But no, I think you got to change it up. I mean, like Johnny says, he changes up his decor in his warehouse, right? So it's sort of like playing a different video game or building something new in whatever video game platform you're on. I don't go to the same thing every single day or anything like that. Now, I'm not a full-time seller. I'm part-time. I run another business, but when I'm going out, I change it up. And sometimes I'll go, let me go outside, my local area. You got to do that at least once a month or something. Get out, go, instead of just limiting yourself to 15 miles or something, go out 25 miles, find something new. Because you're going to find new inventory. You might find something that's even better than where you are. You're going to see different people and, have a different experience. It's like anything in life. You got to spice it up. You can't do the same thing every night.
I like that idea. You just add like a new thrift store every month just to kind of see what's out there.
Yeah, I've done that, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea. And then, like, one I went to during the week, and then I found out on Saturday only, they have 50% off. I'm like, cool. Then that's going to be one of my alternatives to go to on a Saturday instead of a garage sale or while I'm garage sailing, so, and they have a lot of books. So, just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. You get a little bit of new flavor in your life. For me being full-time, I do run the same routes, right? I got my routes. I run northeast, southwest, and it can be a drag, but I've added in the record stores that we kind of been hitting on in the group, getting to the record stores. Like, that's usually, they usually got a lot of cool stuff in the record stores, at least. Like, I'll be the first one to tell you don't get distracted, but I mean, if I'm in a record store and I see some cool stuff, I'm going to look around, right? They usually got better music playing in the record store than the damn Goodwill who's telling me to donate my car over the loudspeaker every 3 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that is kind of a good point, to just kind of switch it up and do things a little different every once in a while. Hello, brand new to media selling and FBA. Bought a bulk storage from a school library and started scanning them. Found some good items with Scoutly, but my new account is gated from almost all the big publishers. Will those gates lift over time? Yes, they will, to an extent. If you're talking textbooks, oh man, I'm going to be on the YouTube universe telling everybody not to sell textbooks again, but I don't do it, so I got to stand my ground on this. Textbooks has kind of fallen into a riskier category than it used to be a year or 2 years ago. I know it's still pushed heavily. I'm not knocking anybody out there, anybody sitting here today. If you want to sell textbooks, A-okay, do it. There's just more risk to selling textbooks than there was, basically a year ago. Now publishers have lawyers behind the scenes. They can hold your account hostage. You can get jammed up off of one textbook. There's whole business models around it, right? You buy the textbook during the off season. You sell it when school comes back in. As long as you're aware of the risks that are associated with it, I don't think there's anything wrong. I do think you're a little crazy being brand new to media, buying in bulk from a school library, because there's probably a lot of inventory. But hey, growing pains sometimes is better. You just rip the Band-Aid off the wound and kind of get it out the way. Just know you're not going to be perfect. And that's kind of another thing I wanted to hit on, is when you start this business, you're not going to be perfect. By none of us, I'm not even perfect to this day. I still send in shit I shouldn't send in, and I don't send in items I probably should. Don't get paralyzed by, you got to make the correct decision on every single piece of inventory you have in front of you. You got that, you do this bulk pickup from Facebook Marketplace, you're at the thrift store, make that decision, stick with it. It is what it is. We're not going to come back and scan the item again or second guess ourselves. you're going to get better as you scan more, as you understand the screen that Scoutly is showing you in front of you. In the beginning, you ain't going to be great, and you may never get to the point where we're always going to miss something in the thrift store. We just try to have it so you get as much as you can out of them. But yeah, buying that many books at the beginning of your business, the gates will come down with time. Some of them won't, but there are ways you can get around it, right? You can buy 10 McGraw-Hill books from Christian Book and get ungated in that. Just know, just because you're ungated, that doesn't mean they can't come for you. So don't think you have your invoice and you're ungated that you're going to be able to have smooth sailing, because all they got to do is say counterfeit without a test buy, and all of a sudden you are jammed up. And that's why I haven't sent in a textbook in probably over 6 months now, and I won't send them in anymore. There's other avenues, if it's a profitable textbook, to get your money out of it still, like using buyback companies. I just don't want to risk my account, and I don't want some bozo lawyer telling me, hey, I want $10,000 and we'll lift the counterfeit claim off your account with Amazon. And if you don't think this happens, it happens all the time. Just nobody in the YouTube world besides me is going to have this conversation with you. That's just the sad reality of it. And I mean, I don't feel any type of way saying it, even though this is on YouTube. You got to shoot straight with people. And at the end of the day, my whole thing is I want everybody to have an Amazon account to sell and take as little risk as we possibly can with making the most money. I'll be taking advantage of my day job's disability leave because of hernia surgery. I'll be home for a month or so. Not sure how I'll spend my time at home. Do whatever you want, man. Honestly, if I don't know what entails a hernia surgery, if you're going to still be able to do things, don't let them catch you out at thrift stores lifting damn books, because then that's going to be, they're going to come for the disability money and more. And if you don't think these companies have worker comp people out there, sitting outside your house with binoculars, like, hey, you're supposed to be your hernia surgery. Why are you lifting 10,000 pounds of books? They'll come for you. Thrift shops are boring and the lines suck, but as a part-time reseller, I always find something to flip at every stop and never have enough time or money to buy it all. We do agree that there is an endless supply of this stuff, and I don't know, like, what are some of your biggest pet peeves about being in thrift stores? Mine is just people don't have any common courtesy, right? Like, my big thing, I don't know, maybe it's different now. It is different nowadays. When I was raised, you say, excuse me, pardon me, like, you actually tell people, hey, excuse me when you walk by, or like you kind of just be polite. That's my biggest pet peeve, is people that just act like fools and are just all in the way, basically just jamming you up, and don't have any common courtesy, or it's crazy. That's kind of my biggest. And some of the music some of these thrift stores play, like there's this one thrift store and they just play like instrumentals of like popular songs. So it'd be like Taylor Swift instrumental, all the like top 100 songs currently. It's like all instrumentals, and it drives me nuts. Like it just pushes me over the edge. That's like my two biggest pet peeves: is people's crappy common courtesy and terrible music in some of these thrift stores.
Like that. I don't do the thrift store much anymore, but I'll be in there doing my thing, and I'll notice somebody standing over here just watching me. And they're not scanning. Sometimes maybe they're just shopping and they see me doing my thing. And at some point, so what do you, and I'm thinking, all right, are you an employee going to try to run me off or whatever? Cause I'm never shy about what I'm doing. I don't care. I mean, if you kick me out, but which thankfully has never happened. But, it's like they're creepers hanging out, just watching you and observing you and seeing what are you doing? And I explain to them, I'm scanning. I sell on Amazon. I sell on eBay. Oh, okay. And then I spend 10 minutes explaining to them what I do. And what's that thing right there? It's my scanner. And what's this? What's that? So that happens around in my area a lot, because I've never bumped into another person scanning so far since I've been doing this.
Yeah. Are there any way to remove old listings in bulk without deleting at 250 at a time? Chris has got 8,900. Yeah. Train your kids how to do it, Chris. They'll be able to knock them out for you. 250 at a time. You'll get through them, dude, eventually. Is there any way to fight lawyers and publishers? No, they just want your money, right? So, like, they'll get you jammed up, hold your account hostage, and come up with some ridiculous number for them to remove the claim off your account. Roz is correct. There is a subscription service. It's like a monthly thing. So you basically have a lawyer on retainer. But, I mean, how many people that really sell textbooks can really afford, X amount of dollars every single month, especially if you start out? It's just not feasible. And most of the times, the people just wind up paying the lump sum to, get their account back. Manny from California. I'm new to this group and first Zoom meeting. Hey, we appreciate you joining us and kind of going on this money journey of selling crappy stuff that nobody thinks sells anymore, like books, CDs, DVDs, and cassettes. I've never even owned a cassette player, but I'll sell cassettes all day long. That was before my time. His lawyers will defend it around $50 a month. Yeah, so if you want to have extra security and sell textbooks, but even then, right? Like even if you got a lawyer in your back pocket, you're not guaranteed that they're going to save your ass. So I just avoid it altogether, and I just want as little risk as possible. Gangster's Paradise, I mean, dude, that ain't never coming on in the thrift store. I'm in like religious thrift stores, dude. They're not putting on Gangster's Paradise.
I'm sorry.
Homeschool textbooks, that's big right now. The big thing with textbooks, if you're going to sell them, everybody says stay away from the major ones, right? You got Pearson, McGraw-Hill, Cengage, Wiley. I think those are the big four. The smaller ones, kind of like the summer activity books or the homeschooling ones that are like by the smaller companies, I think you're okay doing that. Just stay away from that high selling, fast moving, big publishers. Even if you see other people on there, that doesn't mean nothing. They might have already.
Elsevier.
What was that, Josh?
Elsevier.
Elsevier, yeah, that's another one. Yep.
If you have a newer account, you're not going to be able to sell them anyways. But if they get you, they will not remove.
Even if I pay them all my money?
Yep. They won't do it.
Well, there you go.
They don't want your money, Mike.
I guess my money's not good with them, but hey, I guess the way they look at it, the money they lose from us bozos selling their textbooks ain't worth the 5 or 10 or 20 grand they're going to charge you. I got around 1,200 FBA items, pretty even split of DVDs, CDs, board games, and books. After 6 months, I'm buyback eligible on all except books. What's up with that? I wish I had a straight answer for you, but 6 months ain't nothing. Brian over here took like 20 months, so it could be worse. My piece of advice is turn and burn, fast moving inventory, even if you're breaking even. That thing's a 100 sales score, you're going to break even. It gets sent in every single time until you get the buy box. Then you can come back, refine your trigger sets, go from there. Because the buy box is the end all be all. Without it, you know it sucks, or you wouldn't have put that comment in there. And the only way you're going to get it is sell through. So you're just going to have to, I don't know, like bite the bullet, especially if you're doing bulk pickups, and send in the lower profit, break even, fast moving inventory, and you'll get the buy box eventually. If it makes you feel better, I don't have the buy box in video games, and I've been doing this forever. I just don't sell enough. If I wanted to, I would just buy fast moving, low dollar video games and just send in endless quantities of them to actually get it. Josh took 18 months. I mean, that's the longest. I mean, think about that. Like, between Josh and Brian, most people are not going to stick it out. Like, 18 months to get buy box eligible, 20 months, like people are quitting. People are quitting after a month, a week, and not having the damn buy box. And you two are like, 18 months, come see me, come talk to me when it's been over a year at least. It's just crazy to me, the different situations and how most people won't last just because they're not willing to take the steps to understand how it works and how you're going to get it. And then know that you're not going to get it overnight. It is going to take some work and kind of a little bit of a refinement within your business to get it.
So you have to remember, I have a little bit of an advantage in that I'm retired, so I've got income coming in regularly. This is kind of get rid of my junk and do something to keep from getting bored. So I could afford to wait. There might be some people out there who can't afford to wait that long.
Yeah, I mean, you can't afford to wait, then every single fast-moving item needs to get sent in. Like, if you're going to be serious about this business, you probably could make the argument, Johnny would probably argue me on this, and just send in books that are fast-moving to get the buy box, even if you lose $1 or $2.
I wouldn't argue on that. Do it.
If you think about it, how much would a seller pay? What if Amazon started charging for the buy box? Like, you got a new account and they're like, you want to be buy box eligible, it costs you X amount of dollars. Like, how much is that worth to us as sellers, right?
They'd make you bid on it.
I'd pony up $1,000, right? If they said, hey, to keep your buy box and DVDs, we want $1,000. I'd do it. I wouldn't even think twice. I'd probably go more than that. I don't want to get too crazy here on how much I would pay for it, but it'd be a pretty penny.
Well, it's like what is it? World Series of Poker, 10 grand just to play at the game at a chance if it's sitting at the final table. Let's do that.
I mean, if it was guaranteed and they said, hey, you would have the buy box permanently in the category if you paid X amount of dollars. I'm curious, like how much would some of you pay to get the buy box?
Per category or all
Per
categories?
category, dude. It's not going to be everything.
$10K. Let's do it.
Fair enough. I could see it. I mean, with volume, right? If 90%
Yeah.
of the sales go to the buy box, like then that would drop out so many sellers. Would be worth it.
10K. Screw that. I'm gonna go work at Starbucks.
Yeah, Lace probably on the phone with seller support right now, telling him his great idea to try to get his $40 monthly professional fee waived. Hey, I got an idea. What can you do for me? 2K for Josie. I think we would pay a lot of money, especially starting out if you had the money. But a lot of people that start don't have capital. That's kind of the huge benefit to starting with media. Board games.
Might have to get your 10K at eBay so you can go play at Amazon.
Yeah, as if the barrier. People are already so scared to start Amazon, and we're going to put a 10K price tag on the buy box. Like nobody would ever leave eBay again to start Amazon, and then I would have to go away because my sole purpose is to make eBay sellers into Amazon sellers, especially people that sell media. It's like there's nothing better than somebody that sells media on eBay goes to Amazon and they get results, and I'm like, see, it's not that bad. We made it through. You made it through the process. Now you just sit back. No more customer messages. No more packing your own orders. This is the good life. But you got to take that risk, and for some reason, it's so scary to start on Amazon. It's like this might be the end for me. And no, you'll be fine. You'll come out on the other end a lot better. There was a guy that looked like Gary Glitter watching me test a typewriter yesterday. Who the hell is Gary Glitter? Does anybody know?
You don't know Gary Glitter?
No.
Is that a code name for Richard Simmons?
No.
I don't know who it is
Just
either.
think David Bowie.
Gary
Oh,
Glitter.
now I get it. Ha.
Oh, yeah, this guy looks. This dude, I wish I could grow my hair like Gary Glitter. Hi guys.
This
love
is
the
what.
show.
This is why I'm old, Johnny. This is why Pepperidge Farms and I get along.
Truth is revealed.
The truth is revealed. We appreciate you watching Magic Aces. What else we got going? Anybody have any questions? Anybody running into any roadblocks in their Amazon business? No question is a dumb question around here, and I'm gonna take the Dave Ramsey line of, my opinion is is worth what you pay for it, whether that's $2.99 or $4.99 or $9.99. But I'll give my opinion on any questions or headaches you got.
Sure. Junk removal or monetization on Gaylord boxes in rural areas, because they ain't buying them out here.
What do you mean? You got to get rid of the boxes?
Yeah.
Just cut them
They don't
up.
sell out here.
Cut them up, recycle them.
Well, yeah. I was looking for a better idea than that.
You live in the middle of nowhere. You probably could get away with burning it.
That's better than cutting them up. You're right. Anybody else got a better?
Can I tell a good story?
Oh, good story time. Everybody gather around.
Okay, get your marshmallows out.
I can't. I'm counting my calories.
I had this it's a bizarre happy accident. I am kind of moving my model, I've moved my model completely off of books for sure. And I'm waiting for, my project to start up, which starts up in September. So, I had ordered a bunch of things for the Christmas season, and everything is new DVDs, new games, new whatever, but it's all new stuff, no used. And I just didn't have the energy, the wherewithal, and I was really busy, and I couldn't get anything, sent into Amazon. So I listed it all merchant fulfill, and I literally got. I did not get. I got the buy box on a lot of things because I was the only person on the listing, and I had a couple of giant out of stock things that were a happy accident again. But I listed everything at nearly within $1 or $2 of FBA prices, and I'm 50% down on my inventory. I never in a million years would have ever thought about it. In fact, I was on the call with you and I had to ask Johnny, what happens if you sell something? Do they tell you? Do you have to guess? I didn't even know, that there was a way to even find it. I just did not want to send stuff into Amazon, but it was making me nervous having it sit around. And I turned over like $1,000 already, and I able to put that back, on the back into the purchases for the fourth quarter. And I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked. I'm an FBA all the way person. I never thought I would hang, and I'm not hanging around. I just happen to have UPSs right next door, so I can walk over. And I just walk over every day with the new box with a label.
All right.
I don't know.
I got the big question and that I need to answer to. Why do you no longer sell books?
Well, first and foremost, I only really sold books for like a day. I wasn't a big bookseller, because remember, I've only been doing this for less than a year. So when I started on books, and then I went into my DVDs with the charity. So I never was a big bookseller, but I can't carry them. I mean, I can't carry them. I can get, pirate ship to pick up from my door, but how do I get them to my door? I don't know. And also, I quit doing textbooks when you stopped, because there's no way I want that kind of hassle. So there wasn't any, and I don't thrift. Remember, I'm an all online person. I do absolutely never walked out of this building to look for inventory. Never. I get it for free from my charity, but you know what I'm saying? So my model just doesn't work for books anymore.
That 100% makes sense. So, I asked this question on Discord, but I'll share it here. I'm running into a lot of library-bound books with no UPC, ISBN, or a UPC for the rebound book that isn't found on Amazon. Are these able to be sold on Amazon? Should I list it under the UPC of the non-rebound version, or would that risk getting me into trouble? I have no idea this rebound you're talking about. I wish
I know what they're talking about, and no, it's rebound. I mean, well, it depends what they mean by rebound, and if they really know what they mean. If it's like taking an alternate cover by an artist because they can rebind it, sure. But if the information of the book matches the information on Amazon, like page number, copyright, year, publication, all that, it's the same book, same cover, they just rebound the cover, then that's fine. But custom cover or alternate cover tacked on, not fine.
I still have no idea what we're talking about, but
let's say these were the two books that were the same.
Okay.
And the same cover. This cover's damaged. I take this cover off and put it over this book. It's the same book. Now, two different covers, same book, but two different covers. I take this cover and try to put it on this cover that I'm trying to send to Amazon. No, bad.
Yeah, I won't mess around with that. I feel like I've never seen any of these things in the wild.
It's also a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
But then again, like the libraries do remove like the audio disc and put them in like their own cases, like the books on CD. Like they do a lot of recasing with those.
You really see it in the older antiquarian books. They'll like do spine transplants. They'll take the good spine on one old book and put it on the newer book, which everything else is fine, and thus increasing the value by like $200 to $500.
Who posts photos in the Discord? All right, because I'm curious what it even looks like, because I feel like I've never even ran into any of these things, but I can see why things like paperback books that have been hardcover bound.
Yeah, that's no, don't send that.
That's weird. Imagine you get like a paperback book and then it's like, I don't know, that's weird. I can't figure it out. I'm curious to see what the photos look like. It's probably going to be pretty janky looking. Mass market paperbacks turned into hardcovers. It happens. I list them on eBay. There you go. I guess they do exist.
Yeah, like these, they make perma-bound whatever hardcovers. They'll rip this off and put the hardcover on there because people prefer that format.
I I don't. Sounds like a Franken book. I agree. I mean, I guess it would be cool, but then again, the book loses value, right? Like if you're cutting the cover off, because you're taking the whole cover off, correct?
Right, it's like modifying your boat or your Harley or whatever. It only increases value to you. It actually decreases value of the vehicle.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't mess around with it if I ran into them, but I can see the eBay route for sure. Like Josh was saying, he's got a big eBay store, so it makes sense because you got the photos, and Amazon, it only takes one person like kind of screwing you over. Josh shared a file in the meeting. That he's got a photo of it. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, those are like these over here, just rebound.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't send those to Amazon. But if it's valuable on eBay, I would list it on eBay, and people can see exactly what they're getting. So it's made for school, so they can get the sturdier versions for cheaper. Yeah, the kids won't destroy the paperbacks if it's got the hardcover. That makes sense. I just wouldn't sell it on Amazon. And you can try it, play at your own risk. I just wouldn't do it. What else we got going on? Nothing at all.
Everybody's making $1 bajillion a month.
Johnny's beating me, so I can't tout my sales. I did like $690 in sales yesterday. Prime Day was meh. Prime Day is always meh for me. It's never super exciting. It's usually Prime Day happened and it was my worst day in July, so that sums up my Prime Day. It was the lowest
Same.
day. Yeah, so it did nothing for me.
Day after Prime, though, that was good for me.
Yeah, it was my lowest day so far in July was Prime Day. It's just people like us, right? We got everything in the cart that we usually buy, waiting to see if it goes on special. So yeah, Amazon makes more sales, but for media sellers, you really don't see like any type of crazy influx. The same with quarter four. It gets busier, but it's not like we're selling seasonal items unless you're the person that's buying all the Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas CDs, right? Like other than that, you'll see an uptick, but I think it's a good thing though, because it makes your business more predictable, that you're not going to have these huge swings you're relying on, right? You're not relying on the crazy 20K sales month in quarter four to kind of carry you for the year. It's more steady throughout the whole year. I mean, we don't deal with the summer slowdown on Amazon. I know me and Johnny just did the whole damn podcast, but summer's never been slow for me on Amazon selling media. So like that doesn't exist for us as well, which is another benefit. I think Amazon's fair in the value that they provide you for the work you do. Like as cheesy as it sounds, like send more in, you make more money. It stands true. Like it stands true. You can't deny the fact if you list more and send more, you make more money. It's not like, some of these people that just continually list crappy items on eBay and their sales don't go up. The stuff we're buying to send into Amazon, we see the data, so we know that it has a sales history. We know we can expect to make X amount of dollars. So it's kind of foolproof in what we do. And Amazon's the biggest platform. They got over double the users of anybody else, so you really shouldn't see. I'm still using Reprice It, but I see more are out there. Anybody have better with other repricers? I mean, this is such a loaded question, and you're probably going to get a bunch of different answers. But I will say I stayed tried and true to Reprice It since day one. I think if you have a thrifting business model or you buy in bulk, I think Reprice It is all you need to have. Yes, there's others out there. Some people use Be Cool, NeuroPrice, all this other. Just play at your own risk and know when you set up your repricer, make sure you take your time, because a few misclicks and it can completely blow up your inventory. I don't think there is a necessary upgrade to Reprice It. Like, I'm not going to go get something else. And I do agree, there's more and more videos popping up out there about these other repricers, and everybody's got a pitch, right? Like every software is going to try to pitch you on something. Oh, we can do this better than that software. We can do that better than this. They all have free trials. Give them a try. Just make sure your settings are correct. Make sure you find somebody in the YouTube universe that is actually doing it the right way, so you don't wind up having a catastrophe on your hand where all of your stuff gets repriced. I think Reprice It's the best bang for your buck when it comes to price too. Like especially starting out, it's only $10 a month for up to 500 items. Like It's just, for me, it's always worked, and I'm a big proponent of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So until something comes along that's like, this is way better, I'm just going to continue with Reprice It. And you can even set up Reprice It so it reprices your CDs different from your DVDs, different from your books, different from your board games. You just set up your SKUs when you're listing it in a different way, and you can have all of that built into Reprice It. There's a lot you can do with it besides the vanilla version I put out there, right? I just give you the basic template, and that's all I honestly use, is the same basic template. I don't do nothing different. Like, it's the same thing like I talked about in the beginning. It's not exciting. I don't try a different software here. I don't try a different software there. If it's working, I'm not messing around with it. I'm fine with the money I'm making. I'm fine with the results I get. Like, I'm not trying to throw a wrench into the wheel and then all of a sudden the wheel's gone and we're sinking real fast. What else we got in chat here? Reprice it 100%, best bang for your buck. Aura and Be Cool are expensive. I know Be Cool's got like some introductory price right now, like $29 a month for like a full year, and that's kind of been the big one. Neuro price has been going around as well. Question about merchant fulfilled. If you print out the shipping label but take another day to drop it off, is it still considered to have been 1 day shipping? Depends on your personal settings. I believe once you print the label, it counts as it being shipped.
Yeah, on that. But what I was referring to is when your cutoff time is for the day. So if your cutoff is at 10 and they order at 10:01, you technically don't have to ship that thing till tomorrow, just like eBay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wonder, because we talked before about, I'm kind of like in the same boat as Ross as far as I can't handle the heavy boxes to be shipping into Amazon, but I used to do merchant fulfill, but the whole 1 day shipping thing had me taking a pause. But if I could, okay, fine, print out a label and then have another day to actually drop it off, I would be good. So Johnny, you can set what your time is for shipping.
Yeah, you can even ship 2 days later if you want. Just you set up the template.
Yeah, you don't even have to do 1 day. You can do.
You don't have to do that.
You can do as many.
I do.
You did. I thought you did for merchant fulfilled. No.
No, you can do 2 day. I do 2 day that's been my model since I set up merchant fulfilled. 2 day shipping.
It's just like eBay in that regard. You set it up how you're doing it.
Okay, and then you can also still set it to on a vacation mode.
It does that as well, just like eBay.
Yep.
Well, then,
I swear by it, and I was an all FBA person, and I absolutely swear by it because it's the stuff's getting out of my house and the money's coming in faster, and the only issue is the buy box. I've got about 5 items that there's no way I can sell merchant fulfilled. It's obvious because the merchant fulfilled people are killing the price by $10 or $15, on my new stuff. But the rest of the stuff, I've not it depends. It just depends on what you're trying to sell, and what the market is for it, where your location is. I'm on the East Coast, so it's a rockin' location they constantly need supply here. So I don't know.
If you want a merchant fulfilled trigger set, just shoot me a message and I can build you one specifically for merchant fulfilled only.
Oh yeah. So on the Discord, just send you a message.
Shoot me a message.
I'll take.
Okay, cool.
I'll take it. I'll put it on my to-do list.
Awesome. What's that, Ross?
I'll take his trigger set for merchant fulfilled too, because I scan a lot of them before I even list them on GoToLister.
She's trying to piggyback off you. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? I just piggyback off her. That's what it's all about.
All right. Do you use the AI booster and reprice it? No, I undercut everything by a penny. I actually put an Instagram reel out today because somebody made a thing saying like them beating up the people that undercut things by a penny. But I mean, Fields of Profit, he does online arbitrage, so it's a little bit different. But for us media sellers, let's run every damn listing into the ground. That's my motto. I should get shirts made. If I can get a sale by undercutting by a penny, I'm all for it. I ain't playing no games. It is what it is. And I know people, it's a fine argument. I got nothing wrong with you. If you want to match the buy box, if you want to match me and just let me do the undercutting, I'm A-okay with it. I won't beat you up about it. I just been a penny undercutter since day one. So like, I'm going to ride the penny train until the wheels fall off yet again. It's worked for me. If I wasn't getting results, then maybe I would match it and see if there's any change. I don't think there's a right or wrong matching or undercutting. I guess I just like destroying the Amazon market for media, even though I only have 4,000 listings and there's 50 million listings on Amazon. Did anyone see Uber's great Amazon heist? Big Dre, what are you talking about? We have no idea. Could someone talk about buying books media off eBay or Amazon to resell? Yes, we can talk about this. It is a viable business, especially for somebody that doesn't have a lot of thrift stores. I guess I'm going to out where I think the biggest opportunity is today, right here, right now. I'm dropping the free sauce for everybody. Flipping media that isn't books from eBay to Amazon. And when I say media, think past CDs, think past DVDs. What is something we've been selling a lot of in the group that other media sellers don't even think about selling on Amazon? You can get these things for dirt cheap on eBay. I'm not going to say the word, but somebody else can.
Cassettes.
Laserdisc.
Cassettes.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody. I shit you not. I got Madonna. Where's she at? And I got a little bit of Bon Jovi going out this week. People give this stuff away. You'll be amazed at what somebody's going to pay for Bon Jovi here. It's got a scannable barcode. Yes, this goes under your CD trigger set because it's considered music on Amazon. So if you have your CD trigger set set up, same thing falls into cassettes. You just have your own list of basically as you sell things on Amazon or maybe bands you like, right? Like I'm a big Def Leppard fan. Like I know the Pyromania cassette I can sell for $35 all day long on Amazon. I'm sure if we go to eBay, we probably can get it for $10. We all have basically replens lists, and I guess that's the benefit of like the Discord. We have that group where it's like great sales. You literally can just steal all of our great sales and put it into your own list, and then just look for these items on eBay, sort it by best offer. You can lowball people. Sooner or later, you'll get people to bite. It can be a huge part of your business. I'm too up to my ass in inventory as it is and trying to build relationships that it just doesn't fit in what I currently do. But if I was to start it, then I mean, I already have the replen list ready to go for me. Dude, that guy could drum better than you ever could, even if you had 6 arms, alright?
I don't know, man.
If you don't like Def Leppard, then I'm going to get a new damn podcast co-host.
I'm just saying there are better bands to select from out of all bands.
I didn't say they're the greatest band of all time.
I don't know. I kind of heard that. It was implied.
That would be the Ramones.
I think it's funny how you know who Def Leppard is, but you don't know. In a previous video, you said you didn't know who Jack Benny was.
No. I actually got another one of his DVDs in my last buy. Every time I see that dude, he's Prophet. I just see him as Prophet, dude. I'm like, who is this guy?
Oh
People
my
love
God.
him.
I'm feeling old, man.
Listen, the only reason Jack Benny or any, like, come on, it's because people like you two are buying them all up, all right? So I appreciate your support of buying all the old stuff. How about the price tank? If you keep undercutting the competition. Yeah, we did the math on this a few weeks ago. Like, if Johnny repriced all of his inventory, he would lose, like, thousands of dollars a day. If every single piece of his inventory got repriced by a penny 20 times a day, he would lose thousands of dollars. It's like the stock market crashing, right? You set
2008 called and wants its inventory back.
Yeah. You set your minimum, right, Victor? So my minimum right now is $12. So if Johnny's minimum is lower than 12, he's going to be at $11.99. He's going to win. So you set a minimum, you set things and reprice it. If it goes down X percentage, it doesn't reprice. It is important to understand, right? What is your minimum? Don't just go with $12 because I told you, right? You can go down, you can go up. Depends what quality of stuff you're getting. There's no, just because they're my settings doesn't mean they're the end-all be-all settings. Everybody here kind of does something different. We all just kind of mend together and see what works best for your specific business model. Who knows how much you're paying, the quality of stuff you're getting. There's so many other things that kind of go, what if we reprice up a penny? Yeah, and then we all would realize really quick that that shit doesn't work, and everybody would be yelling at me, and you know, it's funny. We all yell about the penny undercut. And maybe we all can make more money. Maybe you all should start pricing up a penny and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, we should all reprice up, not down.
I want to be excluded from the test, and just report back to me. Let me know how it goes for you.
We'll send screenshots of bank account.
But yeah, eBay to Amazon's real profitable. Amazon to Amazon's the same way. You just can't use a Prime account. You gotta buy from a separate account. Don't use like your seller account to purchase off Amazon. So you find those desirable items and you buy them merchant fulfilled. We see it all the time. We're outsourcing some bozo selling it for 99 cents. The Goodwill of Colorado, California, every Goodwill selling it for 99 cents. But there's no FBA offers. You just buy it merchant fulfilled. You get it, you send it in, sell it. FBA Prime, you get the Prime bump, sell it for 20 bucks. Works the same way. You just need the replens list. And if you just have a little bit of research or a little bit of interest in like certain authors or certain bands or certain movies or certain actors that are worth it, you can, and that's all you do. You just rinse and repeat. You just build the list yourself, run them through. And that's the big thing with that is you got the VAs, right? So they got the list. They're just constantly searching this stuff out. And when they see it and you know you're safe making 30%, you buy it, send it into Amazon. The only part you really get jammed up is if you're buying new items to sell as new and you get returns and they open the items like FBA, then you can't sell it as new again. But you got to factor that in as a loss within your business. There should be some percentage of your business that you're just writing off as a loss for returns on new items that people actually use that you can't sell as new again. But you can still sell it used, right? Maybe you can send it back into Amazon used or sell it on eBay used. You're just not going to get that full amount that you were expecting to get from the new item. So just be a little bit wary about the new items, especially if you're spending, $100 on a new DVD set. Someone buys it on Amazon, returns it, takes a few discs. You're screwed, right? Amazon FBA, they're not going to give you your money back. They could care less about you. So just be wary. There are risks. But if you build it into your overall business model of like 5 or 10% loss on the bottom line, then you really don't lose sleep about it. What else we got going on? 8 minutes left. I'm kind of tired of talking. Johnny, take over the call.
Oh, man. Okay, fine. So, let's hear from everybody my funsy question that I was going to ask Mike, but now I get to ask you all instead.
I'll answer first since it's the funsy question.
All right. So let's just say for your own whatever reasons, you did not want to pay for the pro account, but you were going to send it into FBA. What would your business model look like?
It wouldn't exist. You can't even get the buy box.
You're not worried about that. You're worried about making sales, sure. How would you make this business model work?
I guess I would price at the lowest FBA. I would scan for the lowest FBA. I would reprice at the lowest FBA.
Okay, so you'd match everything on the low end for FBA.
But it would have to be across the board. Like you would have to have your trigger set coincide with your repricer, coincide with how you're listing the listing. It would have, and that's the thing, right? We just talk about, our scouting triggers. Well, if the shit don't line up on the back end, like it doesn't matter. If you're repricing completely different than your scouting triggers, business doesn't even matter. Like you don't even know what kind of business you're running. That's the only way I could see it feasible. But then again,
right? Because you got $1 buy. Well, I don't know your buy cost, but $1 send-in cost, and then your placement fee. So you're looking at like a $2 minimum before buy cost, essentially. So what would your ASP send-in be on that model?
It would definitely
like 30.
Lower. I mean,
it would be lower.
It would be lower because you would have to be super. It would be so niche. It wouldn't even make sense because they charge you $1 per item. So after 40 items, ain't no point in having the individual account.
So your business model is 39 items a month.
The business model is if you can't pony up $39.99 to invest in your Amazon business from the beginning, then sell a few more items on eBay, and then let's jump in and take it seriously.
So in this business model, you have to do eBay.
Yes, until you can afford a professional account.
That or don't sell media. You have to sell higher priced items.
I like Chris's answer the best.
And you would have to sell new item. I mean,
yeah.
Do you get the buy box if it's a new item and you're an individual account?
I think so. Aren't you auto buy box with new?
I don't know because it's individual. I think you need the pro count to be buy box eligible across the board. I don't know.
Interesting.
We got our monthly. Brown Frown is telling everybody that he's still killing it with light bulbs. For those that are wondering about the light bulb situation, He's got an infinite supply. I don't know if he's blowing these light bulbs himself out in the garage or what, but yeah, he every month he comes in, stops in, tells us, hey, what are the hot light bulb SKUs so we can go, everybody can run the Lowe's after this call and buy them all. I currently have 950 SKUs, only generate 1K profit monthly. Guess I should expand my SKU to generate more sales. It's all a numbers game. Yeah, 1,000 items and 1K profits, 2,000 in sales. I would say that is kind of on the low end, considering it's close because I'm right around 4,000, and this month I'll probably do around 12K. So you are lower than where you should be. So yeah, I would definitely take a look into that. It could be just lower ASP. Remember, the lower your ASP goes, the more money Amazon's taking from those sales. So the sales don't mean shit, right? Like if you sell 10,000 and they're all $9 items, like Amazon's taking 75% of that. So the higher your ASP is, that's why we talk about the $17.99 mark, where you start getting $10 bills on every sale, because that's how you're going to scale your profit, your bank account. That's how you scale the money coming in. Johnny, I busted up your one question you had because it doesn't even work.
It was to everybody else. Yeah, you and Chris have answered. None of these other people have answered. Are they people?
No, my answer is final. I'm not letting nobody else speak on the topic. Chris chimed in and said basically the same thing. Adult diapers.
No, his answer is way better than yours.
He's also selling adult diapers and light bulbs. I mean, there's probably an opportunity on YouTube, right? The diaper bulb guy. I mean, there's opportunity anywhere you look at it. It's pretty crazy. My final thoughts of the day. I have a library pickup tomorrow. I prepped a car today. It sucks because they want their boxes, so I got to rebox everything at the library. The junk cleanout company, super nice guy. He checked out the channel. Seemed like quality stuff. I scanned through it all. So junk removal companies, A-okay with me. Just work on keeping that relationship going forward. I still think a lot of us have the opportunity to buy lots of inventory for dirt cheap in bulk and pump our numbers up. I know it's not exciting when you sell something for $9.99, but $3 bills add up after time, especially if you already paid for it. What's the work that really goes into it? We're not going to resurface a $9.99 DVD or CD, right? It's got to be good. We're just cutting it loose, get it in there. Other than that, things are good. Like I said, I'm going to compete with Johnny this month. See if I win. Johnny's got to shave his beard, but I'm down $20 today. Who knows what's going to happen? I did send in four quality boxes of inventory this past week. For those wondering how much inventory I have sent in, Johnny, you got your calculator ready?
Yes.
All right, you ready? I'm going to give you numbers to add up.
Go for it.
39.
Okay.
133.
Okay.
85.
Okay.
67.
Okay.
35.
Okay.
106.
Okay.
83.
Okay.
130.
Okay.
84.
Okay.
90.
Okay.
20.
That's small. Next.
56.
Okay.
80,
is that it?
87.
Okay.
80.
Okay.
129.
Okay.
29.
Okay.
I think that's all of them.
1254.
That's how many units I've sent in this month so far.
Good for you.
With my measly ass 2 days thrifting and adding a few bulk sources. Like, that's crazy to me. It's the most I've sent in any single month. I don't even got to look back to tell you that much.
There's effectively 3 weeks, which is 418 items a week for those following along at home, which is pretty good.
And that's...
Mike's taking this beard shaving thing really seriously.
That's probably 80% disc media, I would say, as well.
I have a question. What happens if Johnny wins?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Oh,
I can't grow my beard because Deb will leave me, and I'm not willing to
that's
put that
not fair.
on.
No, that was it. That was right. You have to grow your beard,
No.
and I have to shave mine. That was the deal.
No shot, bucko. Nothing.
You just have to grow it out for 1 month, man. 1 month.
Shave his head. I basically already shaved my head. when I cut my own hair, I use the #1 clipper on the hair clip, and Deb hates it. So that's
How about a stash?
she. It's funny.
Just the mustache.
No, the last time I shaved my face, which was like last week, I didn't tell Deb, and I just left the pervy mustache, and she was like, "Oh no, dude, you you can't have that."
No, wait, I got it. One eBay listing a day for 30 days in a row.
Oof.
That's fine. I got like 30 tech.
You need to do it anyway. I'm just making you do it sooner.
I got 30 of those little skateboard tech decks sitting at the storage unit that I'll just list one a day.
There you go. So that's what'll happen if Mike or I win. Mike has to do one eBay listing a day for 30 days in a row.
Victor says, how many items do I have? I am at 4,218 items, and I sent in basically 25% of that. Possibilities are endless, guys. Send the stupid ass email I've been telling you all to send. That's all I'm saying. I did nothing special. I sent an email. That's it. And all of a sudden, I got so many bulk relationships, I don't know what to do with it. It's crazy to me. Keep thrifting.
I have 4,500 bucks.
How much you making, Russell?
I'm making 24K last month.
Shoo, you got the good stuff, dude.
Yeah, I've been getting my book from the bins. I pay some guys 30% of the profit.
Oh, you ain't even in the bins, Diggy. Russell, you're a smart man.
Yeah, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, dude, don't put too much of your secret sauce out there, man. People watch this stuff.
I don't care. I don't care about the competition. I'm making my own money right now.
Dude, run it up,
but
man.
2 weeks ago, Amazon stopped me. It's my space, so I was in problems with Amazon. So I had to send two emails, and they unlocked me for 430 cubic feet.
Russell, I got news for you. You can just bid more space. It's free.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. The more books I have, my sell-through rates is going down. I don't know, because I think my books are more expensive now. So I don't know if it's that the reason, or it's Amazon algorithm, or I don't know.
Plan for Q4, dude, because bid on your space now. They might have let you get more space this time by calling them, but just bid on the space right through the shipments tab, and then you actually only bid on space you need, Russell, because you'll get credits on the space you get. So if you only need an extra 100, you bid on it, and then as you sell units from that extra 100, it actually credits your account, so you don't pay for the extra space.
So I request 250, but I didn't know. They approved my 250 for next month for $1.11 for feet. So foot. So I'm ready for next month too. So
yeah, and you'll get credits for that. So you just pay the 111 if you don't sell a single item with that extra 250 cubic feet. So once you send in more and you sell more, it'll be free, dude.
Yeah, but I stopped sending books for 1 week, I say, because I always send 2 boxes every day. Well, not on Sunday, right? Because I got to rest one day. So so that's 12 boxes every day. No, I mean a week. 12 boxes a week.
Dude, keep at it.
But I got a bunch of media. I got like 12 boxes of media, but I'm lazy to do the media.
It's funny too, because like you see such success with books, right? And like we were kind of beating up on books earlier, like Roz, don't mess around with them, but you got to figure it out, man, and don't be afraid to scale. Don't let the space slow you down, and your books will sell. Yeah, your sell through will go down because you're going to be sending a lot of longer tail items, but Q4 is around the corner. Don't take your foot off the gas, man. You're crushing it now, and just keep doing what you're doing and get it as big as you possibly can.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Believe me, it's a lot of work.
I know, dude. These YouTubers make it seem like you don't gotta do shit and you get paid.
I used to do eBay, and I got a bunch of electronics home that I got to test, repair. Man, I'm tired of doing that.
Yeah, dude.
But I got good items on for eBay. But every time that I list, let's say 10 items, it takes like 3 or 5, more than a week. They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
So, but I don't have no time to be listing on eBay, so I only do books now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You got to value your time, right? I tell everybody, because a lot of people start with eBay and they transition to Amazon. You can't leave eBay behind until you get the results on Amazon. Then you can start kind of like Johnny did. You start seeing results, then Amazon takes more of your time, eBay gets less of your time. It's always there as a fallback plan, but always
Yeah.
focus on where the money is at the end of the day.
Well, I think I'm gonna be doing 24K this month because of that week that I didn't send books. So I've started sending books yesterday and today. I always send my 2 boxes. I just drop them off like 5 o'clock this evening. So I'm good to go. Next tomorrow, I already have 4 boxes more of the books that I could send. I always keep my inventory in advance to have books. Well, right now my sister is helping me. She preparing the box. I pay her $25 a box. I know, that's our like her part-time job because she works on McDonald's. So and that's her part-time job. So
Hey,
it's good. I only buy books.
yeah, hey, it's fine. Listen, you're doing it the right way. You're outsourcing a lot of these things. You're not sitting at the binge yourself. You got somebody out there for you. I mean, kudos to you. You're building it a way that most people don't think about, and most of us think we got to do every aspect of our business. But in actuality, you can leverage other people to get your time back so you can focus on other parts of the business that are going to be, more profitable for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking in 1 year I may leave to Spain and I'm going to sell on eBay over there. Well, I mean on Amazon over there. But because I just want to do books for the end of this month, no, this year. Then next year I want to do maybe wholesale or online arbitrage.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah.
I leave from this country and go to the other country, um, it'll be maybe going to be different. I got to got to do online arbitrage or wholesale. So because books is a lot of work, but your investment is very low.
Yeah, it's kind of the building block, and there's nothing wrong with moving on from media. I mean, people do it all the time. You start with books, the mistakes are not costly because we're getting it for so cheap, and your ROI is so high. So yeah, man, you can do whatever you want in this business. I like what you got going on right now. Build it up, and then you kind of can have the bankroll to get into something else and kind of grow from there.
Yeah, I was always wondering how much books that you had on your inventory.
No, dude,
So
I'm running a light game over here, man. If I can bring home 5, 6 grand a month, I ain't got no debt. So like, I can live like a king off my 5, 6 grand in my bank account every single month. So, but that's different for everybody, right? If I lived in California, I can't even buy a cheeseburger with 5 grand. But I'm in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, so I can get away with kind of my lifestyle.
but how many items you selling a month?
I'll give you exact number right now. So far, this month, if you go to reports, business reports on Seller Central, we'll go month to date. I have sold 494 items for $9,004, and my average sales price is $1,823.
My books right now is my unit sold so far this month is 613,
What's your
and
ASP?
Yeah, that's the big
uh,
question.
my ASP. 1 minute. Let me see here. All right, you got to go on report, right? Business report. This month,
Yes, month to date.
uh, on to date, apply is 28.38.
Dude, you got the good stuff,
That's
man.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can say. We're going to wrap it up here. I am starving. I had one-on-ones all day. It's been a while. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Keep doing what you're doing. If you got any questions, reach out in the Discord. Reach out to me. Don't be scared to reach out to Johnny. I know everybody thinks he bites. He kind of does, but sometimes you need a bite to kind of get your ass in the gear, and that's why we keep him around. He's like, the drill sergeant of the group, which we all appreciate, even though he comes off a little brash at times, but that's just him. And Johnny, I did say I'm at $9,000. Did you make any sales?
9,005. right now.
I'm at 9,004. Oh my god.
I'm still winning, is what I'm hearing.
It's all right. The month is not over. So Johnny loses the beard. We know why. Everybody on YouTube, we appreciate you hanging out. Everybody have a good night. And yeah, I'll see you guys this weekend on another call.
Later, guys.
See you.